It was a huge week for Monster Jammers. They had two very big international shows. The first one we're going to go over was the one probably not as big, but hey, for the people there, it was as big, because Monster Jam and Monster Trucks always put on a great show for the fans. And the first event we're going to cover was in Mexico City, Mexico, with a few shows down there for Monster Jam this weekend. And great stuff all the way around for Advance Auto Parts Monster Jam. Saturday afternoon, Max D1 Racing and El Toro Loco 1 Freestyle. Saturday night, Max D1 Racing and El Toro Loco 1 Freestyle. Sunday afternoon, Gravedigger 1 Racing and Max D1 Freestyle. The trucks were Gravedigger with Pablo Huffaker, Max D with Neil Elliott, El Toro Loco with Lupe Souza, El Diablo with JP, Monster Energy with George Belhan, Batman with John Seasock, Team Hunt with Firestorm with Scott Buteau, Scooby-Doo driven by Lindsay Wink, Monster Mutt Dalmatian driven by Taryn Lasky, and Runners driven by Aaron Basil. And the big event this weekend was Monster Jam's annual stop that's always exciting in Arnhem, Holland. And this year, for the second year, was the Team Marvel versus Team Destruction competition. And on Saturday, Team Destruction won racing and freestyle. And on Sunday, Team Destruction won racing and Team Marvel won freestyle. Team Destruction was Gravedigger driven by Charlie Pocken, Max D driven by Tom Mentz, Disney XD with Dan Evans, Captain's Curse with Alex Blackwell, Monster Energy with Damon Bradshaw, and El Toro Loco driven by Becky McDonough. Team Marvel was Captain America with Chad Fortune, Iron Man with Morgan Kane, Spider-Man with Barry Musauer, Thor with Frank Krimmel, Wolverine with Dustin Brown, and Hulk driven by John Zimmer. So, always a great show down there in Europe. Everyone's saying it was a great show, you know. All our podcast jam correspondents are like, yeah, it was a great show. You know, so if our podcast jam correspondents say it was a great show, they have high standards, so it probably was a pretty good show. Also, we're going to take a look at a few more things here this week on Podcast Jam. You know, a few new trucks and whatnot popping up here and there. If you're interested in Monster Jam collecting and Monster Jam diecast trucks, Target has a great sale this week on the 164 scales. It's a truck for $3 plus $1 for the next one if you buy two at the same time. So that brings it to a total of $4, which is only about 11 cents higher than the price of one at Target, so that's good. And if you're like me and just throw your change in a box and never see it again, then it is two for the price of one. Well, the MJ Nash, the New Jersey, wow, I can't talk. The New Jersey Nationals for 2013 in Wellwood, New Jersey will be coming soon. KSR Motorsports, the Greater Wildwood Hotel and Motel Association, the Greater Wildwoods Tourism Improvement and Development Authority, and Wildwood Monster Events presents the New Jersey Monster Truck Beach Nationals in Wellwood, New Jersey, September 27th, 28th, and 29th, with Bigfoot, Stinger, War Wizard, Gunslinger, Snakebite, XDP, Instigator, and Toxic. Friday night show, Saturday night show, and Sunday afternoon show with a Saturday afternoon show as well, and that should be a great show down there. Also, a monster truck almost killed people in the front row of an event in Mexico. The question is, why were they so close to the stadium floor? Well, nobody really knows, but it was in Mexico. That probably has something to do with it. Not necessarily Mexico, but not in the U.S., and it was not a Monster Jam event. And, you know, all the monster truck people are really good about, you know, not putting seats too close or anything. But, you know, sometimes event organizers just don't do that, and they put the seats in the very front row. And, you know, just sometimes things don't work out. But the monster truck got stopped. I mean, there's a video of it online. You can find it everywhere. Just came at people and just flying. Not flying, but going really fast. Almost hit them. That would have been very, very sad and a terrible sight. Also, a new truck has surfaced on a Willys body called Jethro Tow. And after much build-up, Jeff Bursey debuted it at the Vermonster 4x4 last weekend. It's a very cool truck. Very, very cool truck for Jethro Tow. Well, Podcast Jam is pretty much done this week, but we do have one more announcement. Podcast Jam, a Monster Truck podcast, is on iTunes now. Officially on iTunes. Post a link to our website. Of course, you can just go to iTunes and search Podcast Jam, a Monster Truck podcast, and find it.